In this video, we are going to talk about the inverse of a square matrix. We have an identity matrix. The identity element for multiplication for the set of all square matrices of order n is a square matrix of order n, denoted by I, where it has got ones all along the main diagonal, the principal diagonal, which is running from left corner to the lower corner, and zeros elsewhere. So 1 0 0 1 is a identity matrix of order 2. We denote that by I2. Our I3 is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0. We can also generate the identity matrix using the calculator command. So in a calculator, when we select matrix math, we can find this key number 5, which says identity. So if you want to create an identity matrix of order 2 or order 3, you enter identity 2 or identity 3, it generates the identity matrix immediately. Now, when you are multiplying by an identity matrix, it looks like we are multiplying by 1 in ordinary algebra if 1x is the same as x1 and 1 is the multiplicative identity. Here the identity is I, so whether you are multiplying that by the left side or the right side, it must retain the matrix. So if I take AI or IA, and that must be equal to A, in that case I is an identity matrix. Here identity matrix is the unit matrix, so when you multiply that on the left hand side or on the right hand side, you get the same matrix A, which is 3 negative 2 5 0 2 negative 3 negative 1 4 negative 2 negative 2. So we have proved that this I 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 is an identity matrix. Now if I want to multiply these two, I know that 1 0 0 1 is an identity matrix and the matrix multiplication is possible in this case, so it should retain and we can easily check that result. And in the second case again, since the first one is a 2 by 3 matrix and the one is 3 by 3, the matrix multiplication is possible. The second one is an identity matrix, so the product will leave you the original matrix 2 negative 1 3 negative 2 0 4. The definition for inverse of a square matrix is, if M is a square matrix, M inverse will be the inverse provided if the product M inverse M will be the same as M inverse gives us the identity matrix. So this M inverse is called the multiplicative inverse of M. If no such matrix exists, then M is said to be a singular matrix. The inverse will not exist. Then in that case it is a singular matrix. Now to find a matrix inverse using a graphing calculator, see you have a matrix M, you can enter that and take the matrix whole inverse. So I have entered this M as a matrix A, and I can just press that inverse symbol there in the calculator, we can easily get the inverse. But if it is in decimal and if you want to get that as a fraction, you can convert math fraction. You get the answer 1/2 3 2. So 1/2 3 2 is the inverse of 4 negative 1 negative 6 2. Therefore, the inverse for M inverse is 1/2 3 2. Let's find the inverse for this matrix. So we enter that in our calculator. It says there is an error. It is a singular matrix. So the singular matrix does not exist. So the singular matrix does not, it is called a singular matrix if no inverse exists. If you get a singular matrix, then it means the inverse of that matrix does not exist, in which case the determinant will be 0. So see, even when you find A inverse, you get that as an error. Maybe in TI-83 I showed that this is the error message you're getting. If you are using TI-84 plus CE or something, you will get an error message like this. So in these cases, you say that the inverse does not exist because it is a single matrix. Now, in order to find the inverse of this matrix, we enter that in a graphing calculator. We get the inverse. So the one what I see here will be the inverse M inverse. Singular matrices that do not have inverses are called any square matrix. When the inverse does not exist, you call that as a singular matrix. Examine the product of the two matrices and find if they are inverses of each other. So if I have two matrices, I have to multiply them and then check whether the product gives me an identity matrix, because AB equal to BA equal to I means A and B are inverses of each other. So let us find the product here. I get 1, 0, 0, 1, and the same way we reverse that and then find the product. That also gives me 1, 0, 0, 1. So these two matrices are inverses of each other. So this video helped us to understand how to find the inverse of a square matrix, especially using our graphing calculator, either TI-83 or 84. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching the video. Hope this video was helpful to you.